the JazzMind System Podcast. Everything you need to play live on stage with confidence. With jazz trombone player Simon Peterman.
Okay, jazz players. I always get this question when I'm working with my students. When you improvise, what do you think? When you improvise, are you in a key? Are you thinking about intervals? Are you thinking about, what do you think? Are you thinking about scales? Are you thinking about arpeggios? What are you actually thinking? And, just recently I shared a video with my students and they said, wow, that's amazing. So I wanted to share it here on my channel too. And the thought is, I think oftentimes we just overanalyze. And the core of musical creation, of improvisation, is just thinking in melodies, right? Now, what does that mean, thinking in melodies? When using my voice, I can just go and so on and so on. So I have this, but I'm also a trained professional musician and improviser and jazz musician. So I just have this ongoing musical stream in my mind, my inner song, and I can just step into this stream and start it. And then I can think about emotions. I can think about, okay, what do I want to express? In which direction do I want to go? It can be something melancholic. Or so I can go in this emotion, or I can go into something happy. Or I can go into something very slow. So what do I think about? I think about musical expression. I think about what do I want to express with my music, and then the way how I shape my melodies that are being created in this very moment from my inner song, from this stream of never-ending musical ideas and musical expression I can just step into. Then I let them out through my voice. This is the voice in my mouth. And now I have all these musical ideas, and of course I studied this for a year or practiced this for years, so this is not just something you have or you don't have. I think everyone has this to a certain extent, but of course, if you do this a lot of times every day, if you practice, if we study it, then it becomes more and more sophisticated and you can show more facets of this. Now, when I take the trombone, it's the very same. So I can just start playing and just start creating. And then it sounds maybe like this. Today it sounds like this. I don't know what key it is. I don't know what intervals I played. I can tell it's something, it has to be a key with some flats. No, maybe it's G minor. No? Yeah, it's G minor. G minor B. Yeah, it was in G minor. So, but this is because I know the trombone very well, because I'm playing this thing every day. But it can also be, now I started to play the trombone. What happens, I'm gonna hit a key I'm actually comfortable with. But when I just start singing, it can happen that I land in the key of F sharp, for example. And then it's like, okay, where I am now. Now I played, I cannot go back and just start from scratch again. But just for you to say, this is what we want to do. This creative, musical, inner song, this creativity where you can just start playing. Now, I think improvisation on an instrument, we should not overanalyze. We should not make this too complex. We should not overthink it. It's just take the instrument and play. Take the instrument and create music. Create in this very moment, create on the spot. And then you can maybe have in the pictures where you're going to want to go, or you can say, I want to do something happy, I want to do something fast, I want to do something slow, I want to do something that sounds like, I don't know, a train, something that sounds like Old MacDonald Has a Farm, where you have animals. And, it's just, you can go. There is a very nice exercise. I think the story is from Jerry Hemingway. The story goes, it's the shortest novel. It's just a few words. For sale. Baby shoes, never worn. I remember when we did this in my studies and then oh, wow, this is such a story. It's just one sentence. For sale. Baby shoes, never worn. So there is such a story in this. And now we can express this through music. The very same story that is just one sentence, we can express it in music. Now, why are there songs like Caravan? It's expressing something like this Middle Eastern, the Night of Tunisia. They reflect places. Isfahan is a town in Afghanistan. So there are many compositions in jazz music history that actually refer to places and other cultures, and then the music that has been played there, right? So I want to come to a conclusion here. Musical improvisation is not playing scales. It's not playing chords. It's not learning 2-5-1 licks. It's not the licks and tricks. Yes, you can learn that later, but only to enhance what you can already do. If you cannot create musical expression without any instrument, why should you be able to do it better with an instrument? So you have to work on your inner song. Your inner song is what exceptionally important for you. What is music theory then? So music theory is the description, but it's not the recipe. The recipe is actually your own musical creativity, but it's not the recipe. We can always do something and then analyze it, but what we do here is two different processes. One process is creating, and another process is analyzing, and we don't want to mix them because it's two separate things. If I start to listen to myself while talking, and we all know this, when I ask you, what did you just say? Can you listen to yourself while talking? Then, it starts to feel very weird because we're not creating but analyzing at the same time, and this is confusing the mind. So it's two processes. Either you create or you analyze. If you analyze, it decreases the meaning of what you're creating. So when you take your instrument, if you want to learn how to improvise, take your instrument and just play. And this is the number one exercise all the time, what you should be doing. And then you take the instrument and you can create music on every technical proficiency level on your instrument. So I want to play a little bit more for you. And it's just, I have no idea what I'm going to play. That's another thing I could do. I'm going to show you a thing. I can sing something and then try to play the same thing on the trombone. But that means first it was the musical idea, and afterwards it's applying it to the instrument. And then I'm playing the instrument. When I play scales or licks and tricks, I learn on the instrument. Then the instrument is actually playing me. So. That was actually not an easy one. Now this one is too long for me to remember, so I try to repeat it. Let's see if I can, and sometimes we make mistakes because we have musical ideas, and then we need to see how we can come up with another solution and actually make the mistake sound good what we did before. Now I forgot what I want to do. But you see, what I'm doing is I create something in my musical mind, and then I translate this to the trombone, and it's not vice versa. And I think this is crucial when we want to learn how to improvise. So what you can do here every day of the week, several times a week, you take your instrument, whether it's a guitar, a trombone, a bass, a trumpet, a flute, a violin, a saxophone, whatever it is, a piano, you just take it and you start creating. But you create first in your musical mind, you develop that stream of musical conscience, that inner song, that melodic conscience. You go into that melodic conscience and you start creating. You can practice this when you're waiting for the bus, brushing your teeth. You can also hum. You can, but sing out loud, that's the best way to do. You can do it when you go for a walk with your dog. You can do it while we're doing the dishes. You can do it while you're cooking. It's just about singing, creating melodies, coming up with melodies. Make it up yourselves in this very moment. Find an emotion you want to express through music, through melodies. Do that. And then when you can do this, start to apply this to the piano, to your instrument. But first is musical imagination, creativity of an inner song, and then apply this to the instrument. It has always to be that way. If you're reversing the process, you're going to be lost, because people are going to hear that you're thinking and you're thinking music, and that the music is not coming from your heart and you actually share emotion. It's always emotion first. Okay. I think that's was important for me to share today. Let me know in the comments if this was interesting for you. If you're curious about more things, feel free to check out the channel, or hit subscribe or whatever we can do here on YouTube. But for me, it's just important that
the JazzMind System Podcast. Everything you need to play live on stage with confidence. With jazz trombone player Simon Peterman.
See you next time.